I am privileged to be with you, blessed hearts, in the simplicity of that one eternal light, which is your right to know and to be fully. I am Melchizedek, and I create within this space an auric field of peace that I expand and extend out throughout the widest reaches and regions of outer and inner space, whereby the truth of God goodness may be known, the answers to all human questions may be discerned. And divine probabilities come into reality because of the nowness of God's presence manifest within the sacred space of your hearts. I extend peace and the shalom experience into your soul and the soul of America. This is not simply a cessation of violence or war. This is something more, something deeper, drawn from an inexhaustible source of God's suchness that extends presence and the power of the light into all domains of the spirit-matter cosmos. You have heard of the priesthood named after me. What is this lineage, you ask? May I even consider being a part of it? When so noble a soul as Jesus was within that lineage. Dearest hearts, the requirement for membership within this sacred brotherhood is complete reliance upon God and only God through the disciplines of the Spirit. That are ennobled within by a life fully consecrated to the One. When Jesus said, "My Father worketh hitherto, and I work," he uttered the sacred mantra of the priesthood of Melchizedek. For the Father of whom he spoke was the one Father, that all within this priesthood bow to and give deference to. In that work of the ages in which we are all engaged. I stand before you not as an anomaly or an exception outside of the realm of possibility for you to become, but in this hour as a friend, and one whom you may call upon in your own sacred journey to support you, even as the Master Jesus has answered billions of prayers over the centuries. You see, even Jesus deferred certain prayers to me to answer when he felt that they were beyond the scope of his attainment or his authority to act upon. For in some cases the karmic entanglements involved in various requests had to be submitted beyond the lords of karma to the 24 elders. And in many of these cases, I was the one who brought those missives and petitions humbly before that august body for deliberation and answer. And I have learned much from the adjudication of this sacred body of solar beings who take into consideration so much in their decisions for the very fate of thousands of worlds lies within the domain of their decisions. You see, when so sensitive a body as these great beings can deliberate with the utmost specificity and loving mercy as well as justice to resolve the most trying of decisions, having observed these, I am always in awe of the great power of love that I have observed and known, and always seek to extend the finest example of cosmic Christ and Buddhic peace unto the planet and her people, to resolve age-old conflicts and to move the evolution of life upon this earth forward. Dearest ones, you each have a mantle of light. It is there, and I see it clearly upon you, borne by your Holy Christ Buddha self and your Atmic presence. Many of you have had embodiments as saints, bishops of light, even cardinals and popes. And ages past. And you can claim the spiritual mantles in your work today to allow you to fulfill your highest purpose, to be a vessel and an example of true peace to a planet and her people. A prior messenger who worked many years within this great city saw it as the New Jerusalem and anchored here a great light of peace for this people, evolving within the soul of America. It is time, blessed ones, if you shall accept the commission to support this our new mouthpiece in delivering many a sermon from me. Such that the message of the Master Jesus may be fulfilled in a new and higher aspect for this earth. And Jesus himself will prepare this one to bear the rhythms and the cadences, the thought forms, and the mindfulness of my offerings and future Sunday releases. I see the possibility for these eventually to be compiled into a sacred tome of light. That is part, if I would be bold enough to aver it tonight, to be part of the everlasting gospel for the age of Aquarius, for the righteous hearts who aspire to their sainthood, to their true bonding with the great I am beloved presence of all life. In the sanctity of the hour, I bless you each one with a sign of cosmic Christ peace. And I call forth one son and daughter just arrived to receive an impartation from my heart and from the heart of Jesus of as much healing love and light as can be delivered by the mercy and grace of the law, for the renewal of your spirit of joy, whereby the fragrance of the Holy Mother of God and of Omega herself may caress you and nurture you during this, your struggle. Dennis and Carla, come forward and receive my love for you. I, Melchizedek, extend to you my heart, my fire, for your comfort at every hour. May you know peace, peace, and peace again, every hour of the day and every moment of the night, my beloved daughter. You have been a strong and noble advocate for the truth, the way, and the life, O my son, and many an embodiment. You have given your entire heart and soul to the cause of light through the trial of your beloved. I extend ampules of sacred fire into your aura for your victory and hers as one heart for the duration of this incarnation and beyond, as you continue to show forth your love, your caring, and your tender regard for her and for every soul. Now rise, O congregation. Visualize about these two the healing thought form and the light interpenetrating and congealing within the heart of beloved Carla. We are one, 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 we are one. And the holiness of our togetherness, let us go in peace this night, proclaiming our eternal oneness with the all in all. Amen. This is Dennis Fisher and Carla Fisher from Vista, California, near San Diego. And I'd like them to just tell something about themselves.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, David. Thank you so much for being here. I realized David was the messenger when I first saw the video, or his first video I saw of him giving a dictation, and I connected immediately with, it was coming from a very deep place, and reached out to him, and I decided then that I was going to give as much of my causal body as I could to get this organization to just explode and be the biggest sun explosion, nova, and a Holy Spirit revival for mankind. Carla and I have been struggling with a serious illness and battling that. David reached out and has been praying for us daily. We're so grateful. The feeling of the prayers of everybody here and around the world. And gave us time to reconnect with our source and set our determination to make our ascension and help everybody else make theirs too. So,
thank you, everybody, for your light and your love, and thank you so much, David. He's been wonderful. We are very grateful.
So, anyway, we're glad you made it tonight. And tell us about, he found me on Facebook. So
social networking.
We were emailing back and forth via Facebook. So, tell us about what you told me about your first encounter. I guess it was at Camelot.
Oh, the story. I was about 17 years old, and I found the teachings back in 1977. And David was in charge of registration, and me and my three friends, or two friends, three of us all together, bypassed registration, hopped the fence. Mother was giving a blessing at that time, and a couple security guards, one of my friends, David Alan Hager, was there, and a few other people, and they saw these three hippies hopping the fence and getting in line, and Mother was blessing everybody, and I had really no real knowledge of the teachings of the Ascended Masters other than little SRF experience and little Violet Flame experience. And we just got in line with everybody else, and Mother blessed us and literally total chakra clearances, knocked me just about over. My heart chakra was just burning with fire, and I was in so much bliss. And my two friends were too. We were just so blown away that you know that God's real after that, and that just set us, all of us into a spiritual journey that's taken us here. But we were guided by the angels, and I guess if we would have gone through registration, we would have missed a blessing. And
in those hours, it took like an hour to get through registration. There was all these rigmaroles, and it was ridiculous. We don't do that here. I learned my lesson. You don't have to pay your keeper's dues. You don't have to become a communicant. You don't have to have a picture taken. All that stuff. Anyway, thank you so much for sharing that. Do you want to say anything more about you? We'd like to learn more about you. Here, get next to your...
Well, I don't have any big fun stories of how I got into the teachings or met David, but I have met you before, and I'm just really grateful to know him and to have an opportunity to come here tonight. I found the teachings of the Ascended Masters in 1979, so I have a little bit of history. But anyway, I just want to say it's great to be here, and I'm thankful to be a part of this group and know David, and I'm glad things are happening. God bless you all.
Well, we were Hopi Indians once, long ago together. Did you ever have that feeling that you were a Hopi?
Not really a Hopi, but it has come to my attention recently that a Native American of some sort.
Yeah. Well, I just got it because I didn't know that I was ever a Hopi. My mother, though, read the Book of Hopi when I was about 14 or 15. It was big back in the 70s. Remember that? And there's amazing culture. And as you were standing here, I just looked into your beautiful blue eyes. And I have blue eyes. I think we were related back in that lifetime, a long time ago. This was an ancient. I mean, this was not just in the last couple hundred years. This was long, long ago.
Everything's coming full circle. Yeah. We're all getting back together again, all of us, to make this maybe our last embodiment and to bring forth the golden age with mass ascensions and making God real. Carla actually named one of her children. Her name was Shenawa, which means little dove in Indian.
Oh, great.
So she was aware, probably in the inner level, that.
Okay, well, it's a precious moment, and you missed part of the heartstring, but it was Melchizedek. And Afra came and announced. He didn't say who he was preparing for, but I think a few of you may have tuned in. Did anybody tune into who was coming? Wayne did. And Doretha and Jane. So anyway, he started out saying shalom or salam, Salem, shalom, peace, and that kind of gave it away if you were really tuned in to who Melchizedek is, the Prince of Salem, the priest of Salem. So it's very special. He hasn't come. I think he gave maybe one heartstring through me before. Only one. What? 3? Through me? Okay. But it sounds like he desires to give a whole series of sermons. That's amazing. He's coming to Ghana too. Okay. Well, and Jesus is tutoring me to be ready. Okay. Okay, well, God bless you, everyone. I know we went a little over tonight, but I don't think you mind, do you? Okay. Why don't you guys extinguish the candles? We don't have a snuffer, so you can just blow them out. In the name of the mighty I Am Presence, we seal this service in the light of God that always prevails. Amen. So we'll see you at 9. And if anybody would like to get here at 8:30, I'm going to try to be here at 8:30, and we'll do some, maybe some additional mantras or something. Okay. Good night.